Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I want to talk to you guys about 4 main components that a player needs to have ready, set in stone before they actually go out to a tryout. All right, now these 4 things are not going to be including the daily things that you normally do, such as physical training, technical training, fitness training, any of that. On a personal level, I've seen so many of them not having 1, 2, 3, or even sometimes even all 4 of them. So number 1, you need to have your CV and highlight videos. I can't promise you how often I get as far as messages from players and they don't even have that. That's literally the basics. All you gotta do is just record even just one game. One game you can literally do a highlight video. I don't want to hear the excuses of, I don't know anybody that can film me. All those are just excuses, really. If you need to pay somebody $5, $10 just to record your game, why don't you just do that? All you gotta do is just mow somebody's yard. They'll give you $10, you go and ask a friend, hey look, I'll give you $10, record my game, that's it. Number 2, you need to make sure you have your finances on point. If you live in DC and you want to go to LA and you're going to be trying out with LA Force, an example, you need to make sure you know how much it's going to cost to get there, fly there, or whether you want to drive there, how much it is for accommodation, food, etc. These are things you need to consider, and these are things you need to make sure that just in case, you need to make sure you have extra money. If you need to stay there longer, maybe they want to extend the tryout for you. These are things you have to consider, whether it's local or whether it's international. So make sure you are wise and make sure you start saving and make sure you're ready with that. Because if an agent calls you, if a scout calls you and says, look, I want you here tomorrow, you need to be on that plane. Number 3 is your passport. Now, even if you're just going to be playing domestic, you always have to make sure you're ready. Once again, you may have that contract for a year, but next thing you know, a scout might want you from South America and he wants you to come in the next week. You might need a visa. But either way, even if you don't, you need to be on that plane. And when you're on the plane, you need to make sure that the passport is not expired. And you need to make sure you have your passport in hand, because I can't tell you enough. I've seen players that have the skills, that have the capabilities, that can fit the criteria of whatever the club is looking for. But because they don't have their passport, they can't go there. So what do? Go on to the next person. You literally just lost your chance, and that could literally hurt your career, because now you might have to wait an extra 6 months. This is not just people here in the United States. This is anybody that's going to different countries, whether you're coming over here to the United States or maybe you're going from England and you're going to anywhere like Ukraine. Whatever the case may be, you need to make sure you have it ready, because you got to understand some places may need visa depending on where your passport's from. So these are things you need to consider. Make sure that wherever you're going to be trying out, make sure you are able to talk to somebody, maybe have a mentor or someone that can explain a little bit, or even do your own research of what it's going to take for you to even be there, how long is it going to take, what do you need for you to even stay there. You might need a visa, you may not need a visa. So these are things you need to consider, and make sure you're always updated on the current regulations. And the very last one is number 4, which is commitment. I can't tell you how crucial this is. And remember, be realistic with yourself. If you're not sure about something, don't say you're going to be committed to it, because it's only going to hurt you. Because understand, if there's people that are helping you out, there's agents, or if there's scouts, or if it's a friend, a coach, remember, they're building a network also. So what you're doing is you're actually hurting yourself, and you're hurting the representative. You're also hurting your reputation and showing that you're someone that flakes. When there's an opportunity, you're not willing to go through the fire and take that opportunity. So remember, being committed, once you're committed, you have to follow through no matter what. I understand that life happens. I understand that things can happen. Maybe it's a family issue, or maybe it's a personal issue, whatever the case may be. If you say you're committed, you need to follow through no matter what, because that's going to show dedication. That's going to show that you're committed to either the person or the club. And then that's also going to help you with your reputation, because they know the kind of person you are, they know the kind of integrity you have, they know the kind of character you're able to provide, and that's going to ultimately show how great of a player you are, because you're not just great on the pitch, but even outside the pitch, they can rely on you. All right, so once again, guys, those are the 4 main components you need to have ready, set in stone before you actually go to the tryout. Once again, recap. Number 1, have your CV and your highlight video ready. Number 2, have your finances intact. Number 3, make sure your passport is perfect, good, and it's not expired. And then the very last one, number 4, is be committed. Give 1,000% and nothing less. How you wanna do it, homie? I'm all up in it, down to the bone, I feel it. Coming and breaking it down with that wiggity style, man. We really living it out, don't miss it.